The Honorable Sam George Ababonte Abetrese one kasa oba in officer in 14 days no oba be reduce prices ni na aba form. Also one kasa no kasa in 14 days no. Omo bring up strategy be plan B. What's I say? Omo de reduce prices no. In 14 days, on be develop a strategy be plan B. Send a be no on bet my boy reduce prices no one can say in 14 days no prices in a be reduce say time. I'm auto data 1 gig is to 10 pesos and 1 gig is to 1 CD. And yes, and as honorable Sam George or say watch there. The message I think we about be like no subscribe and comment on my app national media. Now
let me digress a bit. The Director General spoke about the work the ministry is doing relative to bridging the digital gap and divide on the basis of connectivity cost. I've been trending over the weekend on Twitter, not necessarily for my looks or my work, but absolutely because whether orchestrated or otherwise, people think that data prices must be cheaper by the stroke of my pen. Let me be clear about this, and because the media is here, the Director General has spoken about the work that we're doing. I set up a committee in February, and people failed to listen to exactly what we set out to do with that committee. When I set up that committee, I did not say that in 14 days that committee was going to reduce data prices. That committee included telecom companies, the regulator, and sector players. The committee's mandate in 14 days was to develop a roadmap that would lead to the drop in data prices. A roadmap. A roadmap does not mean that in 14 days, data prices would have dropped. In 13 days, that committee, working without receiving a penny from the taxpayers' coffers, delivered a roadmap. On the basis of that roadmap, I made the Director General of the NCA and the regulator engage with stakeholders. There's a CEO of one of the telecom companies here on what we could do in the immediate, in the medium term, and the long term. Look, we're dealing with 8 years of distortion of the market. I wish I could fix it arbitrarily, but it takes a very calculated attempt not to create further distortions by acting irrationally. And so to the young people of our country and the people of this country, my promise was that by the end of this year, we would see prices of data drop. And I remain committed to it. We will deliver on that. But trust the process. I trust the technical competence of the regulator to work with the telecom companies to ensure the viability of the businesses, but also ensure that we get better value for what we are paying. Apart from the work I've asked the NCA to do, I have engaged the ITU, whose celebration we are enjoying today, 160 years. I spoke with Dr. Cosmo Zavazava, who is the head of BDT at the ITU, and have tasked the ITU to do an independent study of tariffs in Ghana and present a report to us in 8 weeks so that we can align that study's report with what the NCA's report is and then take an informed policy decision. Estelle spoke about the fact that I've been a very consultative kind of minister. I will not act arbitrarily. I will not give directives that will affect the industry. What I will do is to consult with industry, consult with stakeholders, and take decisions that protect investment in Ghana, but also ensure that Ghanaian customers and Ghanaian citizens have the best quality of service and get the best pricing for the services that they pay for. We will keep our word. You have my promise.
Yeah. Now, hey, Honorable Sam George, or Cheya, Sana making prices, this is the data prices on the rise, serious. Kone ni ma no dollar neighbor from no kosoro. It's an Honorable Sam George, the press conference. All kinds of na Gana for all papa much say. Ni na no committee na set yam, sister committee no. So catch them say prices no in 14 days. You bring a strategy. Into Ghana for many abotre. Send a wood to Honorable Sam George and in some more canon. It's according to a roadmap. kono committee for no on be set up a roadmap on be pay roadmap bia no sa kwa no be nam so na prices na eden e reduce aba from say who ten the honorable Sam just mun na botre and say won so all trend was social media no so Twitter won so trend and say one wa sheda na wa yedi anaso on person no no be ba ne say wetimi afa koto anya nkwan ebusia so honorable Sam George oba bonte o she o ma Ghana for awreshi mu say den the oka ye no the obedi ne bo she so na o say den count on him or promise him say by the end of the year dear now the data prices no above from atia ba from or promise him say at the end of the year no it's end there trust the process according to Honorable Sam George Sam say trust the process it's end there more trust the process no enkodu say year ne be end it's end there guso ato data no abodin sa enkodu say the end of the year at the end of the tunnel no there's light. Send the son on Abu Sam George. Heka. Then a woodsy now, I was watching a jum come woodsy. Then a money, or money time. What's I say? Once on to me 50 ya in Pija. Yeah, 1 gig is to 1 CD. To me 50 ya in Yaneta. Now say Oba office no. So Besha. You do holidays, sir. Mama some 10 CD for 6 gig be. Me who said say 9 cities at 10 cities for 6 gig be. You do holiday sir. Or buy no more says sad aba. I'm team for a year. In 10 years kakra wa sha say onzo to me na 10 years kakra onzo bit my intend ogusu year hu ejuma until by the end of the year dear ending kakra end of the year then na road map now on modi aba no. O map ekwan bi afa so se na be data no e beti aba from then the promise mu se na promise no e da opepepe enye dede pi yen beka so honorable so say onya mba bontin beka sa yes honorable nkwan obi a ye adwuma ato force ye adwuma dollar ne ye adwuma president John Dramani Mahama so ye adwuma Cocoa board for ye adwuma sami je fumu omo ye adwuma obi ananso nkwan de jata nation ente nkan nkwan jata nation ente nkan tene jata abeka sa jata say mun nyabotre na mun trust process by the end of the year ne de na onu committee no ma set bibia na bibia koda di na chese Ghana akọ n'anim ano no sa na ye hwehwe ntendo na mabeka sa yate mesro sa fe ne we di kan ba so be like no hwehwe kwa bia comment amai na waso ahye amobefu anya bi ahwe das